when they won 5-1 on aggregate. So you could say they did well in the previous encounter. It is, however, on this game that they have, he's saying to the referee, it's the second time that this man, the same player, has brought me down, and you are choosing to speak to him. So you could say that perhaps maybe you would have thought there would be a lot of brandishing of the cards, the way in which he gave out his first yellow of the game, the referee. On the very first minute, under a minute, had he given out his first yellow of the game. Boy, play with Shalulile, who is good in winning free kicks, Shalulile, and this one perhaps being overcooked. Reza in between two huge mountains, between Somahoro and Mvala. These are two big players, I can tell you that. And Tatanyane had to face Somahoro and Mvala. Two big towers. Sandwich in between the two players, really. He closed his eyes and went for the ball, and they squashed him.
He's not doing anything about that.
Players maybe to refuel and take in a few drinks, but of course I don't see too many players doing that because it isn't too hot really. So the players would be quite accustomed to the conditions because, as I said, Mamelodi Sundowns not too far away from home. It must be said, this game is being played at a stadium that is only 5 kilometers away from the South African border. And as I said, Sundowns would have traveled about 300 kilometers or so to arrive at this venue, almost about the same kind of distance they will be traveling each time they have to go to areas such as Limpopo. So they will be quite used to this kind of traveling. As we see Meshek, Shadrach, and Abednego in inverted commas, the Steve Compella, and of course Mangoba Mliti giving out instructions to the players. So Maharo will be quite pleased to be given an opportunity to play. He's a big lad, so you can imagine him against Resa Obaka, who is being stretchered off as we speak. Resa Obaka Tatanyani, and in his language, in the Botswana language, Tatanyani would mean a miniature, small something, very minute, very tiny. That's what Tatanyani means. If you were to give somebody a small piece of meat, they would say you have given me Tatanyani. So you can imagine such a small piece of meat up against those two towers, those big lions, Somahoro and Mvala. And that is why this game has stopped, to allow the players to receive attention. Somahoro was too quick to get out of the pitch, only to collapse outside the pitch and only to receive much more attention and get instruction. So it is 1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns, and this is how the goal came in earlier on in the game. Mutobi Mvala on his second for Mamelodi Sundowns, one in the league and one in Africa, as they often say. Mahashi. It's a good shot and an equally good save from Dennis Onyango. Shalulile, Peter Shalulile, poor from him. Oh, what a miss by the captain, Dion! Oh, very unlucky. Very unlucky from this man, Sene Junior Dion. The Ivorian, after a rare mistake by the Sundowns captain, Nascimento, was through to the goals, but it was a very difficult angle. Tried to get around the goalkeeper. Very unlucky to hit the upright. Very unlucky to hit the post there. Tion, very unlucky. we would have to look at it to see just how Nascimento missed the ball completely and appealed to the referee. I don't know for what. And Junior Dion should have taken advantage, really. Should have taken advantage of that. That was a golden opportunity for them to have scored, and they did not take it. Tulara, he's a bit hasty there. Ditsile foul there by Somahoro. Isaac Paye. He's cool in that defense, really. He's a player who can be deemed to be slow, but he's usually very calm on the ball because he does have a very good first touch. Mahashi, Ditsile, Paye, Mahashi, Mahashi. Speculative. It will be a goal kick. They are knocking Galaxy. They are knocking on that door. They are knocking on that door. And earlier on, they had an opportunity really to try and get one goal back and level matters here before half time. And I'm sure their coach, Six Katuliso, will be quite happy to see that they do have chances when they do press and knock at the Sundowns defense, that they can open up. And that was such another example of when you go at a team that sometimes they can cave in and give you an opportunity to score. Nascimento himself not a very quick player. Nascimento cool on the ball, of course, and I did going quite easily. These Sundowns players, I must say, especially Shalulile, he knows how to win those free kicks, and they will come in handy for them because it has shown previously that Galaxy have been a bit jittery when trying to defend such set pieces. So, Leboham Maboe and Leil Lakay. Lebo Tatanyane playing a very good ball to Junior Dion. Set Dion. The Ivorian, no takers. Did very well really to get the ball across the Junior Dion. He's playing very well, the Ivorian. Tulare. Isaac Paye. Maurice Shele. Tatanyane. Abidal. Mbize. Mahache. And the referee adjudges the ball to have gone through. And it is Matthew Kanyanga. Matthew Kanyanga from Namibia. As Steve Compella gives out instructions there. They have often been taking turns in giving out those instructions. Steve Compella as well as Bangoba Mngiti and Mokwena Rulani. He had been with Sundowns for a long time and then went to Orlando Pirates, where he referred to it as his spiritual home, only to have it tough there and came running back to Mamelodi Sundowns, Rulani Mokwena. A place where he calls home. Thabo, Sitile, Hutsiwa Sechele Paye. Oh, what a pass. Poor pass. Mvala. They are not pressing on him. I don't know why. My boy. Poor. It's a corner. You could say they've been able to deal with whatever problems this bench has given them. Galaxy save for that ball where they allowed that cross to come in and did not put in too much pressure on Mvala to score that goal. So I think that they would go into the dressing room quite a happy a lot to say, look, we've been able to limit them to shoot from set pieces only. And of course, Galaxy as well, they've had a few chances in this game. That appeal for a penalty as well as the Dion chance that hit the post. So they are in with a chance for this game as well. Galaxy, Tatanyani, Morena,
Good.
Lakay. Tulara did very well there as a defender to thwart any danger there. Mvala, Ricardo, Morena. Good play by the captain. Bize, usually a very short goalkeeper, but he does so well to position himself very well, the Galaxy goalkeeper. He's probably one of the shortest players on the pitch here. One of the shorter keepers you'll ever see, but you can dismiss him at your own peril because he's so good in terms of positioning and his agility as well to deal with the situation. A game that obviously deserves spectators. However, that's not the case due to the COVID-19 protocols. Modau Andy Lejali has been a bit quiet in this game. Been very quiet in this game, opting to deal with whatever that's been thrown at him. So he's not been able to help Sundowns go forward. So he's only been seen when the team has to defend. That's about only the time that we've seen him. And now, with only 38 minutes gone, Sundowns are making their first substitution. Sundowns are making their first substitution. It does look like Maboe will go out. And they are putting in a much more defensive Mudiba, formerly with Super Sport United, a player who can also go forward, Aubrey Mudiba. And it does look like Leboham Maboe has picked an injury.
Substitution, Mamelodi Sundowns out, jersey number 28, Muhammad Boy in jersey number 31, Grant McKenna.
Taking their time, Sundowns, are they? Heading to Angela Jali. It's a misplaced.
Jersey number 37, not 27,
Trouble. That's very well. And it does look like Galaxy will also make their own substitution. Galaxy are making a substitution of their own. Samboa will come in for, is it Ricardo? Ricardo out. Ricardo Torres Lorenzo, the new player. He's been battling to deal with the physicality of the Sundowns players.
Jersey number 23, Lorenzo in. Jersey number 23, Apollo Chepsa Sembua.
Mvala has been fouling in a lot of players here, and he should be very careful not to pick a yellow card. Tatanyani, Isaac Paye, He's so good on the ball when he has the ball. Khape Muhusiwa, Tatanyane, Tatanyane, Simboa, Marisachele, Isaac Paye, Lebo, Simboa, Simboa, Tatanyane, offside. The first in this game for Galaxy. You can see, as I said, Dennis Onyango will take his time to try and eat away the minutes on the clock. Steve Compella not quite happy about something. They know Lebuditsile, what a game he's had. He's had such a wonderful game. We haven't seen much from Tero Sitile, however. Bize. To Isaac Paye, who needlessly gives the ball away. You wonder why he had to turn back. Morena, predictable. So predictable. Tatanyane, Dion, the two Ivorians. Tatanyane, Simboa! First hit from Simboa. It's easy for Onyango, who collects safely at Dennis Onyango. Khape. Khape. Se Linanyane. Tabo. Cecile. And then Mudia. Shalulile. Shalulile. Good ball to Aubrey. Mudiba, Aubrey. On the ball there, he took his time, Aubrey. That was an opportunity for Sundowns to make it 2. Modau. Angela Jale, Aubrey. Jale. Mvala. Neatly done by Sundowns there. Finding no space and opting to keep the ball rather. Angela Jale. Aubrey Mudiba. Formerly with Supersport United. Lakay, are there any takers? Corner kick. Had to wait for his teammates to arrive and played very well there. Lakay, not to rush into that. And of course, they have a corner kick. They've put in a lot of pressure on this team. Sundowns. Let's see what happens here. Lakay. Lakay on that ball. Somahoro. Mudiba. To Lakay. Lakay puts in a good ball. Aubrey. Beating that time. Good ball there. But of course, a good save by the goalkeeper there. Bize. Marisachele. Khape Muhusiwa. Lebo Ditele. Tabo. Lebo. Lebo. Sandwich between Mvala and Mudiba. Fortunate to Lara to bring the ball forward in the 9 minutes of this first half. He's run his socks off this D1 for Galaxy. Tabo. Lebo. Sicile, good ball by Somahoro. Tabo. Lebo. Abida. Tulare. Lebo went in so hard. Went in so hard. You would have thought that should have been a foul. Sechele! Tatanyani! From behind. He went out quite easily. Will it be a corner kick or a goal kick? And Onyango Dennis referring to the referee that this is the second time this man is going down. Simulation, it must be said. Then the referee should be talking to him as well to say, yeah, man, you're going down too easily there. Gotta be tough and strong when you play across Africa. You'll not get such an easy penalty. When he heard the footsteps of Somahoro, he went down. And the referee blows the whistle to bring the first half to an end. It has been an eventful first half, one in which I think Sundowns will be quite happy because they were able to hold off a Galaxy. And this man will be quite happy that he's opened his account for Mamelodi Sundowns in the Cape Games. So it has been such a half in which the referee has only been able to issue out only one yellow card to the Botswana team. They will center around the pitch. I don't know what they are doing there. Is it a kind of a ritual they are performing, Galaxy? While the counterparts go off to the dressing room to reflect on the first half, they will continue to congregate on the pitch there and go through their rituals, Galaxy. But this is how the game has gone so far. The stats, Mamelodi Sundowns with most of the ball. And of course, the fouls have been coming from both teams, really. So it's a game in which has gone very smoothly, equally balanced, it must be said. It's a game that you could have given it either of the two teams, save for the fact that you would have to score in this game in order to win it. And Sundowns have done very well, really, to have from this cross here. Vala said, thank you very much, and put Mamelodi Sundowns ahead. They have had a few opportunities, Sundowns, where they should have perhaps maybe increased the tally or the goals to more than just one. But here, this is where they appeal for a penalty, and the referee would have none of it to say, you need to toughen up and be strong. And of course, they also would go on to have an opportunity where Mahashi went a go at Dennis Onyango, but the Sundowns goalkeeper was able to do. Look at here, Nascimento calling for the referee to blow the whistle, and the Galaxy men there going on and on to try and do that. So it's a game really in which, as the stats would suggest, Sundowns have done enough really to go into the break leading by a goal to nil. Here, Samboa on the 10, and Dennis Anyango equal to the task and ensuring that it remains 1-0 to Sundowns. At the close of the first half, really, they were having a go at Galaxy, and we have a feeling that they're in control of this game. So we can confirm to you here at halftime that it is Mamelodi Sundowns who will go to the break with that lead, a wonderful goal taken by Mutebi Mvala to put Sundowns ahead. So this is how it ends here. at the Lobatse Sports Complex. 1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's meet again in the second half to see whether Galaxy can come back or whether Mamelodi Sundowns can cement themselves in this game really and carry it over to the second leg with a good lead. So let's meet again in the second half. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the second half of our game between Galaxy FC as well as Mamelodi Sundowns, who start this second half with that goal advantage from Motobi Mvala. And of course, this team here has been all day up to their rituals. Of course, this is how they would have started the first half by players, all of them in that goal mouth there, of course, lining up there and going about the rituals ahead of this game. So, what is it that they are looking for? Is it divine intervention, or is it beyond just that? As the players go there in prayer, Mamelodi Sundowns will make their way back onto the pitch, Of course, they'll be quite happy as things stand for as long as they don't concede. They'll be quite happy to have the situation the way it is. So the conditions haven't changed that much. Of course, there's a bit wider range of cloud coverage, meaning that there won't be too much of a heat for the boys to display their God-given talents. So Galaxy with everything to do. This man was introduced late in the half, Simboa. And of course, there's another change that this team has done, the Galaxy team has done. So we'll inform you as soon as possible to tell you who's made way. But it does look like they've put in Gilbert Baruti there, just in number 22. We will try and see who he comes in place for. And of course, Mamelodi Sundowns, no change from the team that went into a recess. So they will start just as they finish the, the first half. Mamelodi Sundowns, no change that we can report to you right now. Big mistake, Shalulile punishes them. Oh, given to him on a silver platter, really. Two Galaxy players there, and they panicked and they played the ball back to Shalulile, and he said, "Thank you very much." What a way to start the second half. They are giving it to them really on a silver platter, really. I don't know how and why they did that. Isaac Paye gifting Peter Shalulile. He has never had an easier goal to score. It is Life Shalulile. The opening is account. Look at that. Fortunate Tulara and Paye at the beginning of the game, really, they had the ball, and none would have thought that that would result in a goal so early on at the beginning of the second half, because they had the ball and it was 2 against 1, and Shalulile benefited from the miscommunication and of course put Sundowns ahead 2 goals to be good. So this will give them a moment really to try and impose and play their game. Mamelodi Sundowns. So we'll tell you of the change that has been made so far, on who has been. It does look like is it Resa who has been taken out? We will tell it. It does look like it's Resa who has been taken off for Baruti. The two players there colliding with each other. It does look like it's Tapelo Morena and Hape Muhusiwa. And good to see the two players will get up. And a referee saying, get up. And he's saying, can't you see that I was elbowed? A rare smile from the player. I think he wanted to cheat the referee. Free kick to Mamelodi Sundowns. And of course, they are without their captain, Sampo